Good morning, good morning. Yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski. Welcome back to another PokeMMO live stream. How are we doing today, fellas? Stream recap, I believe 239. We got a streak going, boys. I had some flips going as well. I think all three of these sales were flips from yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I actually still have my flipping log, so I think it'll go over it. Yeah, this Darmanitan I bought. The notepad document looks insane on screen. Sorry about that. The Darmanitan I bought for 120k, sold for 200k. Bam. Let's go to the PC. That's profit. The Cyndaquil was a small flip. Let's head over to the GTL. Boom, 80k profit right there. 70k after listing fee. The Scyther was like 8k profit after listing fee, and the Cyndaquil was like 4k profit. Just a really small flip, but three flips just like that. Literally the ones that I bought, like a lot of ones yesterday, just already done. So pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. We can actually go ahead and delete, I guess, whatever is here. Still have a Rotom flipping, as well as the bid flip, which is the secret shiny Butterfree. That's the bid one. That was the risky flip we made yesterday, but I'm excited to see what happens with it and how it goes. All right, today's plans are mostly to shiny hunt. Look at this guy's vanity. This is a specific vanity from like a PvP tournament, I believe. Like the big, I think it's from the team tournament. I'm getting distracted though. Today's biggest goal is to shiny hunt, okay? I have 22,637 encounters currently, okay? And I want to do ×5 hordes to get that number up. I want the number up. However, I also want to be buying all Ditto boxes. If you guys have Ditto boxes, I don't know the price on them right now, so I have to go double check like how much a Ditto box costs. Usually what I do, there's some social stuff as well, but usually what I would do to price check a Ditto box would be to go check the price of Dittos. So around 5k, around 5,200. Let's take that 5,200 number, subtract 500 to split the difference between the seller and the buyer, and then you'd multiply that by 60. So that is around 280k, 290k is what I would probably be buying a Ditto box for. They're really expensive right now for a lot of reasons. I think Dittos, one of the things being talked about, why Dittos are so much more expensive now, is because you run through them faster. I don't think people are talking about that, right? I don't think people are talking about that. You run through Dittos so much faster. We went from doing like 300 to 400 eggs per hour to now the average player is doing 540 eggs per hour, right? That's like a 50% increase after the massive buff to eggs with the string changes, right? That's insane. That's 540 eggs. You know how many boxes you need? I was thinking about this last night. The amount of boxes you need to do all your is ridiculous. You need 540 divided by 60. You now need, what's the math on this? Actually, it's 540 eggs, so it's doubled, right? That's how many eggs you're making times 2, 1,080 Pokemon. We are now able to consume, like, on the average player, like not like the high. It used to be like if you were like the best of the best, you could do 540. Better players could probably do 600, 700 eggs per hour now. It's insane. If you take this number and divide this by 60, we are now consuming, the average player is consuming 1,080 Pokemon per hour when egg hunting. I went from needing 12 to 13 to like maybe 14 boxes free for egg hunting to now you need 18 boxes to efficiently egg hunt. 18. Yeah, someone says I have 20 boxes filled for my egg hunt. It's insane. I was thinking about this last time. It's crazy how many boxes you now need. And I have like some of the most, but I have a ton of boxes, right? And even I don't have enough empty boxes to do this. It's insane. The box requirement for egg hunting has gotten crazy. Now, some people, I think Danny talked about this. You can do a strategy where like you use alt accounts and account boxes to sort of switch things around, but it's a little clunkier. But it is a much cheaper way to do it. You don't have to buy a bunch of PC expansions. So yeah, I thought it was crazy. Pretty crazy. The fact you need 18 empty boxes to egg hunt efficiently is pretty crazy to me. So I'm going to be buying all Ditto boxes today. If anybody has any Ditto boxes, I'll check the price and stuff. But that's my guess would be around 280 to 290k. That's my guess. Yeah, I'm gonna go shiny hunt over in Johto, do some ×5 horde of sand slashes. I think today it'll be a lot of the shunting, just buying Dittos and doing sand slash hordes. So let's jump into things, boys. That actually brings up a really interesting point. Someone brought up that there's Aerodactyl in the Alpha Pokedex, okay, but there are no Alpha Aerodactyls on the GTL. And to me, that means that Alpha Aerodactyl doesn't exist. If there's not a single one on the GTL, it probably doesn't exist for something like an Alpha. I could be wrong. But I wonder if it's there because it has hidden ability access and from Mysterious Balls, right? So that begs the question. This is a positive. I rag on Mysterious Balls a lot. I'm not a fan of Mysterious Balls. I think they hurt shiny integrity. They hurt shiny, you know, very nerd emoji. They hurt shiny integrity. I know, but like, I think they do, right? However, Mysterious Balls are the only way in PokeMMO to bring in hidden ability access Pokemon without them having an Alpha Swarm. I think that's pretty interesting. I think that in itself is pretty darn interesting, honestly. That's a good thing. That is a +1 on the positive side for Mysterious Balls. That's honestly a very cool thing to be able to do. Pat, would you recommend going after the shiny that you want the most, or a single encounter for rare shiny? My friend has been playing PokeMMO for a long time, and when I was talking about shiny hunting, my first shiny, he kept saying those are quote-unquote easy ×5 hordes. I mean, it's... How do you... Someone shouldn't be... I mean, hopefully... How do you... I don't know if I understand the question. Would you recommend going after you want or single encounter for rare? I mean, this is an easy one. Go after the shiny you want, right? No, I mean, to some extent, right? If anything, I would recommend you, if you're new to shunting, go after ×5 hordes. Everybody should start with ×5 hordes. And then even then, look at me. You know, I have 9,000 hours in this game, right? I'm at ×5 hordes, right? Now, ×5 hordes are the easiest of shinies, but any shiny in PokeMMO is still hard, right? So like, it's a really important thing to keep in mind. Like, if someone is belittling you, if someone's like, oh, like all your shinies are ×5, blah, 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 like, if they're like a friend dicking on you a little, that could be fine. But if they're like actually belittling you, you know, that's not good. I don't know. That's a really boring kind of take, but yeah, I mean, don't let others belittle your shunts if you enjoy. Also, like, quantity can matter. How hard you worked for the shiny. Like, every shiny hunting journey is just so different, you know? Someone could get an egg shiny within a couple hundred eggs, right? And then someone could go like 100k dry on a ×5 horde. Does that make like one or the other like more whatever? Like, I don't know. It's up to the person. It's up to a person thing. Just do whatever. Shunting is such a... It almost ends up being such a solo journey. I really encourage others. I mean, this is definitely a comparisons the Thief of Joy sort of thing. And it's good to compare yourself to others if it motivates you and if it gets you interested. That's what it can do for me. But if it's, you know, stealing your joy and whatever, if I look at how many shinies I've gotten this year and my shiny rate and compare it to someone else, and they, you know, they have like a 1 out of 20,000 shiny rate on average, they're super lucky, blah blah blah, like that shouldn't bum me out. It should be like, oh, you know, maybe I'll get that next year or the next year, or like, you know, maybe it's just a different, you know, it just over time. The only thing you can do to even out shunting is just shunt more. You got to just do more encounters. ×5 horde is still harder than a regular game shiny. It's about well, yes, if you compare it to 1 out of 4,000, ×5 horde shunting is comparable to single encounter hunting back with the original shiny odds of 1 out of 8,000 or so. It's about the same amount of hours from my understanding. It should be about 30 hours to go for a single encounter shiny back in the original games, as well as 30 hours in PokeMMO for a ×5 horde shiny on average. So the devs purposefully balanced around that. And it's not confirmed, but in my opinion, it seems too coincidental. I feel like they purposefully balanced for the easiest shiny hunt in PokeMMO. The easiest, right? Easy shiny hunts are still hard in PokeMMO, especially once you start racking up quantities, right? If someone has like 100 ×5 easy shinies, does that make them a noob? Like, no. If someone has like 10 ×5 horde shinies, that's really impressive to me. That person's probably put in a lot of hours and been very, very consistent, right? So much of what makes a good shunter is going to be wildly subjective, but we can judge it in the high-end scene. Like, so much of what makes a good shunter is just consistency and endurance and not giving up, and just going for all kinds of different hunts and versatility, right? So those sort of things. Just do whatever you enjoy. Just shunt whatever you enjoy. If anybody tries to belittle you for that, just get more shinies and show them wrong one day, you know? That's the really easy answer. Good luck to you on your shiny hunts, man. Okay, I was just talking about, so Park came in my chat and said, yo, what's up? The PSL announcement is out. Now, PSL, for those who don't know, is the largest PokeMMO unofficial, I think, PvP tournament. So PokeMMO Super League is what it's called. Very cool. It's been around forever, since like 2013, 2014, 2015, one of those years. But I was kind of just talking about, as an average PokeMMO, as a shiny hunter and as a non-PvP player, I always say I've tried to read the PSL posts in the past, and it makes no sense. These makes no sense because it's like PvP players use so many acronyms and just expect others to understand what they're saying that it's very difficult. Like, I don't know how any new player gets into PSL. I have 9,000 hours in this game. I can't even get into PSL, right? Showdown DPP returns. I think this means Pokemon Showdown Diamond and Pearl. Like, best of BO3OU, best of 3 OU. So I know some of these MVP prizes, BO3OU, OU, UU, NU. Could you imagine reading this as a new player, like an average player? Adjusted 8 hand-picked managers instead of 6. No idea what that means. Adjusted clarifications on sanctions for no idea what that means. Chips change. No idea why Lays has to do with this. Underdog fund. What does this mean? You know, removed trading. Adjusted subject. That's fine, I guess. Let's try to read into it, right? So like I've tried to read what this is about in the past, and it just seems like some sort of PvP tournament. But other than that, I literally haven't been able to gather what else happens. And it's been happening for so long that I feel like it's hard to like bring new people into this sort of thing. They do have the biggest prize pool in PSL history, 100 million Pokeyen. That's cool. I understand that. My point being, PSL seems extremely cool. And I feel like it's very difficult for people to get into it because of the verbiage used and the way things are explained, right? It's very, 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 very complicated, in my opinion. As someone who plays this game a ton, I don't know what a lot of this is saying, right? Welcome to the general thread of PSL 17. A team-based event where the best competitors face each other weekly to claim a grand prize. Players will be draft selected by one of 6 managers of the season, integrate a team that will aim to win the PSL crown. Once the teams are formed, the competition begins. There are 2 phases to the event. I just can't read. That's why it's so confusing. Regular season and playoffs. Based on their performance during the regular round robin season, each team will head into the playoffs single elimination bracket with some advantages or disadvantages. I would love to see, like, I don't know. Yeah. Each week, managers will submit a tier-based lineup of players that will face. I think examples would be good. So, like, tier-based lineups. This is like a lot of jargon. Like, I can even understand this, to be honest, but like, not everybody knows what a round robin tournament bracket is. Not everybody knows what a single limit. You could probably Google those ones, to be fair, but like tier-based lineup, I'm assuming they mean like, oh, Patrouski-NU, like GBW-OU, like that sort of thing. Like the PSL tiers are as followed: BO3 OU, best of 3 overused, OU, double OU. Is this doubles? I don't know. Manager's choice extends to, I don't know what this means. Maybe I'm just slow, which is very possibly part of it. This is very complicated for me to understand and to read. And I think it's a really, really cool thing and a very, very cool tournament, but it seems so complicated and it seems like almost impossible to get into it as opposed to just being involved with the players already or being involved with the like teams that already participate, right? That's my biggest problem with it, I would argue. But maybe I'm just fucking slow. I don't know. It's a combo. Oh my goodness, boys. Would you look at that? An 11th HelloFresh sub. Thank you to the new HelloFresh sub, the absolute Giga Chad, the carrier of the content. Thanks to you, we are going to get access to more HelloFresh incentives. That means 5 alpha Pokemon minimum will be bred. I will open 1 of every single mysterious ball in the game on Shiny Charm and donor status here in a quick time. I only have 5 Cherish Balls left. And at the end of the month, I will now be doing an 11-hour stream. Hopefully either during the Christmas event sometime. It'll be either at late December or early January. We'll have to see. Can you afford those breeds? Thanks to a big donation, I can. Otherwise, I would be hurting, bro. Let's go. You know what? We're just doing Sand Slash encounters. Let's do some rare shunting instead, thanks to the HelloFresh sub. Thanks again, dude. Best way to support the stream, 50% off HelloFresh. Link in the description. It makes me do all this crazy shit in game. Plus, you get awesome, amazing, dope, tasty food. This might be a hot take. We're talking about PvP laddering in PokeMMO and how often low ladder, like for example, if I'm like 500 elo in OU, or let's do a different, because an OU doesn't happen as much because there's so many OU players, but let's say I'm playing NU, right? There's not that many. I shouldn't say, there's a lot of OU players still, but there's far less OU game or NU games being played, right? like 16,000. Let's see, total games, I guess 8,000 NU games have been played in December versus how many OU games, right? 200. This is a low number, to be fair. This is usually much higher, but I think December, I think people have been busy with the holidays and like busy with, you know, obviously, so people have been playing less PokeMMO. It's almost like priorities, guys. Less PokeMMO, more presence, and spending time with loved ones. Shocker, I know. But my point is, okay, if I go play NU, right, I'll be 500 elo. I'll be like the base elo or whatever, but I might get matched up against like 700, like top 100, like whatever, like top ranked players, because there's not as many people at my elo queuing up. So you will get, to give you matches, you'll get ranked against other players. My hot take is I actually don't mind that at all. I actually think it is better for new players. This is a hot take. I think it's better for players, maybe not better. Let's be careful and qualify and speak properly. I personally prefer queuing into higher ranked opponents as a low ranked player, right? I like playing against the best players and getting shit on over and over and over again until I see what they're doing and until I have to improve. That might just be the psychopath in me. But like, I really enjoy, I'd rather, like, this is a funny example, but growing up playing basketball, right? When I was like 6 years old, I would play against like 14-year-olds. And I really enjoyed that. Did I get my shit pushed in? Yes. But the one day when you start fucking making a layup against a 14-year-old when you're 7, it's like, oh shit. Like, he's getting, you know, like, I think that's like the cool, like, that feels so good. And like, I personally prefer getting stomped and like learning and like really like getting better. But there's an argument for like, oh, if you're placed against accurately ranked opponents and more equally ranked, you'll improve faster. I don't feel that way personally for me, but I understand. It's a hot take. I personally prefer, also when you're a low ranked player, if I'm 500 elo and I get placed against say 700 or 750 or whatever, and I beat them, I get way more elo in return. I think it's actually, you get more benefit as a worse player or a newer player getting ranked against high ranked players versus the high ranked players, I think, get burned a lot more. When Spidget shows me that when he beats a ranked 450 player and he only gets like 0.27 elo, but if they beat him, he loses like 10 and they gain 15. Like, I think it's actually harder as a higher ranked player, if that makes sense, right? I like, as a newer or learning player, to be ranked against high ranked players, but I do understand for high ranked players it can suck being ranked against low ranked players and dropping a game to them, because sometimes it happens, you know. Wish you would get lower tiers in PvP for real. I've been arguing for RU and PU in PokeMMO for so long. I think like since 2016, since Unova was added, which was 2017. So I've been arguing for extra tiers in PvP for 7 years. I understand the counter arguments. The easy counter arguments are more tiers would split up the player base even more and make queue times longer and make it even more difficult to get games and have an active PvP scene. That's the same reason they got rid of Little Cup. They used to have Little Cup as an official tier, but it didn't have that many players, and over time it just split up the player base more, it split up the queue more, so they decided to get rid of it. It's really tough to have a ton of active different PvP tiers in a niche, we are a niche Pokemon game. PokeMMO is bigger than people realize, but it's also, you just need so many players to have an active PvP metagame with tons and tons of different tiers. My counter argument to the splitting up of the splitting up the distribution of players has always been that I think a more balanced PvP system, one with more tiers, would be played by more players. I can vouch for myself that I would play so much more PvP if there was RU or PU in the game. RU and PU, hopefully. If you don't know, RU is a tier between UU and NU, and it was added it was added with Generation 5. And then in Gen 6, they also added PU, which is below NU. And that tier was added in Gen 6. There were so many Pokemon, they added 2 extra tiers back-to-back years. We have all 5 generations of Pokemon, but only have 3 tiers, right? Doubles is like essentially, right? 3 tiers of what's it called, right? And that's really sad to me. I think the coolest thing in Pokemon is being able to show off being able to use your favorite Pokemon to some degree. Like, I used to always be able to, for a very long time, use Shuckle. But at one point, Shuckle got power crept, and now he's still in NU. But, like, Shuckle is in the same tier as, like, Druddigon, as things like Hitmontop, as things like Golbat, Shuckle as Steelix. Shuckle cannot compete with these Pokemon. He can't, right? And it's the same with tons of other Mons. Like, I look at Stantler. Back when the game was only 3 generations, Stantler was a really interesting NU metagame that would pop up. It could be one of the few mixed attackers. It could set up Calm Mines. It could spam Earthquake. Like, Stantler was really, really powerful. But Stantler is obviously not very powerful anymore. And I'm not saying Stantler doesn't need to be OU, right? I like the idea, if your favorite Pokemon is Stantler, being able to use it to some degree in RU, PU, like some other tier. Having Pokemon, the beautiful thing about Pokemon is being able to use your favorite Mon in a tier where it's somewhat usable. Like, even when you have RU and PU, I feel like even like super low down tiered Mon, like you end up with, the more tiers you have, the less unusable Pokemon you have. And with only having OU, UU, and NU, I feel like you end up with a ton of unusable Pokemon that they're just way out power crept. I'm just kind of realizing this now, but I probably won't play. So I purposely always take a break from PokeMMO before big events for like 3 days or so to help relax and give the urge to actually want to play, have that strong desire. So I probably won't play PokeMMO Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, right? So I'll probably wait. So the December 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, what I'll do is I essentially purposely won't allow myself to play PokeMMO or stream. Maybe I'll stream other games. Honestly, that might happen. Keep an eye out for that. I think that'd be really interesting until the 25th, because you want to build up that. I do the same for like Shiny Wars in competitions as well. That is like very effective for competitions from my experience. And it can be difficult. Hilariously, sometimes like I want to play so bad. That sounds funny, but like that, like it's like harder to not play than to take the break, if that makes sense. But anyways, let's go ahead. It is Shiny Charm time, fellas. Not only is it Shiny Charm time, it is time to breed rare shinies. I have a full box. One box, only 30 eggs, 30 rares, a few alphas that I want to breed. I don't know how many alphas, and one of each mysterious ball. This is all possible because of the HelloFresh sub and the people in the Shiny Link Charms. Let's go ahead in 3, 2, 1. Get started, fellas. Good luck. Good luck. Mysterious Balls is first. These cost about 1.6 million Pokeyen to do a full batch. I'm going to pop it like this. Pokeball is first. I want to be able to see the possible shiny sprite in the middle of my screen while I do this. Great Ball is next. Ultra Ball is next. It's like a 200k alone. Chansey's a good find, though. Cherish Ball, I only have 4 of these after this pop. Flygon looked pretty crazy for a second. Dust Ball, show me a shiny sprite. Finally, Premier Ball, the most expensive, and giving you a Shalfa chance. It looked a little funny, but I don't think it was a Shalfa. There's no way it was a Shalfa. There's just no way. Let's just see really quick, though. We have to do our eggs anyway. Nothing crazy today, fellas. Today was not the day, but one day will be. Let's now do our alpha breeds, our rares, and then I'm going to go single encounter over in Altering Cave after we take care of all this. Do you have a food take on candy? I was actually telling my wife recently. People always ask, how do Circus Peanuts? How are they still made? And like, who is buying them? Me. I really like Circus Peanuts. They're a really dumb candy. They're so strange. They taste like orange styrofoam, and it's perfect. It's just, I love it. I love them so much. I like Circus Peanuts. I know I like them. They're fucking good, dude. They're good memes. Pat, I won't be around for Christmas, so consider this your Christmas gift. I'm scared what's about to happen, but there is also there's currently a golden KAPPA train on Twitch, which is apparently very rare and the equivalent to a shiny in Twitch chat. I've got a shiny raid in Twitch chat before a shiny in PokeMMO, and then also drops 25 gifted. Oh my goodness! The Christmas gift during the golden KAPPA train that took us from level 1 to level 6. Level 6 on the golden KAPPA train. Merry Christmas to Oso. Thank you so much. Holy guacamole, boys. Holy, up to level 7 on the golden stam train, boys. Hide your wallets. Wait until it's over. Oh my goodness. 100 bits from Broby. I want the golden KAPPA. Well, thank you. Next to 749 bits. Thank you so much. You're so generous. Taking us up to level 7, boys. We're absolutely cooking. Choo-choo. The golden scam train is here, boys. Tom, make it. I'm not going to read that. Thank you for the 200 bits. I appreciate it. This, wackily enough, ended up in the stream recap. What a day. What a day. All right, you know what I'll do, chat? I have the perfect way. After all that generosity during the golden KAPPA train, I'm gonna go hatch my eggs. I'm gonna go hatch. I might even breed the extras, or next time I pop a shiny charm, I'll breed an entire box or something like that of alphas. We'll do some craziness, but let's go first things first. Just hatch these eggs. We've got 30 rares and then 10 alphas to hatch. Okay, so wish me luck. We need a Christmas miracle for something to actually happen with these, but you know what? It might just happen. It might be the perfect time for this sort of situation. Are there any Pokemon where their IVs don't matter for PvP? Ditto is the best one I can think of, but you just need HP. The HP IV matters, but that's it, because it copies all the other stats. But HP matters because, sorry, specifically Imposter Ditto, because otherwise speed matters or whatever. Shedinja needs attack and speed and, like, nature. I think Imposter Ditto is the big one I can think of. If you have 31 HP, it's a perfect comp with hidden ability access, which is funny. Well, in classic Patrouski fashion, unfortunately the stream was cut short by some technical issues, but that's okay. I think we had an absolute blast today, got the point across, did a bunch of rare shunting, had a ton of fun, and just talked and yapped a lot along the way. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream and stream recap as well, and if you did, make sure to like the video. If not, feel free to dislike it. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO content every single day on YouTube. Follow on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord is down below if you want to join a really cool community that just loves PokeMMO, and if you want to go above and beyond and support the content, the best way to do so this month is HelloFresh. HelloFresh, link in the description. You get 50% off your first order. It supports me extremely generously, as well as gets you some awesome food you can make for the missus, make for the hubbo, like whatever you want to do, whoever you would want to impress and make awesome food for and enjoy. It's awesome. Check it out. Link in the description. Love you all. Have a great day. Good luck in PokeMMO. Have fun. Peace, Rito. Hey, what's up? Patrouski here, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video. That means the world to me, and if your name is listed here, that means you went above and beyond and supported the channel financially, which allows me to even be here and have the time to do this. So thank you so very much.